12 years in the NBA. His Club 520 podcast is absolutely on fire right now. And the former NBA player Jeff Teague here on his birthday, right here on the Rich Eisen Show. Happy birthday, Jeff! Appreciate you joining. I appreciate you joining. And congrats on everything going on with your pod.
I appreciate that, man.
Is that your studio? Is that your pod studio right there?
Yeah, it's one of our little areas. We do one of the shows in here, but we got a morning show we do in another little area in our
So this part of your media conglomerate that you're building?
Trying to.
Okay.
Trying to be like you.
Okay. Well, I'm trying to be like you. So I guess this is a nice mixture here. What's your opinion of the first two games of the NBA Finals that gives me a roadmap of how you think it's going to play out from here, Jeff?
Well, being in Indiana, I'm supposed to be a Pacer fan or rooting for the Pacers. I am. I want the home team to win, but I feel like OKC really dominated both games. I know the first game, they had a little blender or whatever happened going down the stretch in that fourth quarter. I think they went small and it affected them and other guys played well. But I think OKC second game showed why they're probably a better team.
So you think this is going to be OKC's series moving forward? Is this a roadmap, do you think, Jeff?
Yeah, I got OKC winning the series, but I think the Pacers are going to win game 3. They have game sliders in Gainesbridge. Everything goes up to 99 in Gainesbridge. They play so well at home. So I got them winning game 3. But I think OKC will probably win the series just because I think they're just an overall better team. But I'm pulling for the Pacers.
So they will win 2 of the final 4 games, at least, Oklahoma City, or they'd have to win 3 of their final 4.
Yeah, I got them winning game 4, 5, and 6.
I don't know. I mean, obviously you'd know better, but the Pacers just seem to have something about them where they're never dead. They never quit. They have a certain style that appears to be difficult to stop. But Oklahoma City does have the kids, I guess. 3 out of 4, though, would be a very tall order.
It's going to be a difficult. I could see it going 7 too. They're 2 really good teams. They play similar styles, but I think I know game 3 is going to be tough for OKC just because the environment is going to be so different. But once they get used to it, game 4, I think SGA will look really comfortable like he did in game 2. But game 3 is going to be a tough one. They're going to come out with a bunch of energy. They're going to play well. They're going to play fast at home. Game 4, you'll see that OKC team that we've seen in game 2.
We keep talking about NBA superstars. Name me the superstars who are in the NBA Finals, Jeff.
I think Tyrese can be a superstar, and I think SGA is on his way to being a superstar. If he wins the title this year, I think we could put him in a superstar category. MVP, Finals MVP, champion. I would imagine he would be in a superstar conversation. But I think Tyrese, he has potential to be a superstar, but I think we had too many games like last game where he doesn't show up for 3 quarters. And he didn't play well in the first game, but he hit that magical shot to take home the game. But I think when you're a superstar, you can almost bank what they're going to do every night. And SGA, we can bank it. He's going to get his 30 points. He's going to be aggressive every single game. And with Tyrese, we don't know if he's going to be aggressive one night. What kind of player he's going to be? And when he's aggressive, he's a superstar. He's going downhill. He's making all his teammates better. He has superstar written all over him. But we don't know if we're going to get that every game.
To what do you owe that? Why does that happen for Haliburton?
Well, he's a pass-first guy. So when you're a pass-first player, you kind of are passive. So sometimes he comes off and he try to fill out the game a little bit. And in the playoffs, in a situation like this, you need him to go be a go-getter. You need him to go be aggressive at all times, even if it's just getting in the paint and making plays for others. But he just has to be in attack mode. And when he's in attack mode, he's probably top 5 point guards in the NBA when he's in attack mode. But when he's just chilling and trying to wait for Nembhard and those guys to get going first, you have moments like game 2. And in a series like this with the MVP, you really can't have those moments.
I guess you got to tell him, treat each moment like you're down 14 with 3 minutes to go, right?
Yeah, honestly, true. Yeah. They play well from behind, so look, he's better than me. So I'm doing a lot of talking, and I was a passive player. So I was pass first, and my coach used to say the same thing to than me. So I get it. I understand. But I just think he has the potential to be a superstar.
Hey, Jeff, welcome to the world of punditry, man, of commenting, of taking, of hosting, of podcasting. I mean, you know, I have opinions, and I never did it to the level of somebody like Haliburton either. But you know, you're giving your opinion about what you're seeing. You know, when it comes to Haliburton. Plus, I'm a Knicks fan, man. I had enough of him. You know what I mean? Like I'm done with him. You know,
I wish everybody looked like the Knicks. The Pacers would be a champs. But it's a meme going around with like of me in my old Pacers uniform when I played for the Pacers, and it's like, this is Tyrese Haliburton the first 3 quarters. I thought that was pretty funny. I think that's pretty funny.
But even you found that funny, huh? You
said hilarious. I cried laughing.
Jeff Teague here on the Rich Eisen Show on his birthday, kind enough to do that before he goes and hangs with his family from Club 520 podcast here on the Rich Eisen Show. Do you think the Knicks made the right move in bouncing their coach, Jeff?
No, I wouldn't say that. I know that came from the higher ups, but I would have liked Tibbs to hire like an offensive coordinator and like somebody that can make subs for him, basically just truly run the offense. I think Tibbs, he has a great pulse on the defense. We all know he's a really defensive-minded coach. I played for Tibbs, so I love Tibbs. And I was a starter at that time, so you never get to come out. And for all the people who think that players want to come out, they don't. They honestly don't. So they want to play almost the whole game. They complain when they do come out because everybody wants to get paid. And the more you play, the better your stats are going to be. So don't believe the hype about people want to come out. That's just something to complain about. Be honest with you.
Well, I mean, and that's what came out, right? I mean, one of the many things that came out is that Tibbs plays his guys way too much, doesn't play the bench enough, and that his finally, I guess, epiphany that he had in Game 3 against the Pacers, where he's playing Mitchell Robinson in the starting unit, or he's now turning to Landry Shamet. You know, DeLon Wright, that proved that the Knicks were a better team when he did that, and thus proved the previous version of Tibbs was the reason why he got fired. I mean, I'm losing track as to all the narratives of why he got fired. And you're saying which one actually sticks, do you think?
I think they just wanted a new voice. I mean, one thing about Tibbs, I love Tibbs, but he's going to dictate everything. Like, you know, usually you let your assistants do some of the scouts and things like that. Tibbs is a one-man band. And, I mean, maybe it was just a time for a new voice. Maybe some of the guys who just wanted to hear something different, they might have complained a little bit. But as far as playing time, I'm telling you, nobody wants to come out. I've been in them locker rooms, and people do not want to come out the game. I wish I could have played for Tibbs when I was 27. I would have had $150 million because I was going to get my stats. I'll tell you that.
Jeff Teague here on the Rich Eisen Show. Who do you think should be the next coach of the Knicks? Who would be a good fit, do you think, Jeff?
Well, obviously, you got to go with somebody who Jalen Brunson is comfortable with. I think that's your superstar for the Knicks. And I think that's the guy who's has the potential to lead guys to the finals. And Jason Kidd, obviously, he's coaching the Dallas Mavericks, but if he can get to the Knicks, I know him and Jalen Brunson have a really good relationship. I think he would probably be a really, really good candidate for the Knicks. My favorite coach in the NBA is Ime Udoka. I think he's the best coach in the NBA.
Why?
He gets guys to buy in. Like, he has an old school mentality kind of, but he's young enough to relate to the younger guys. But you see a guy like Jalen Green buying in defensively when he was never known as a defensive player, and guys like him buying in, and all these young guys and these young teams that he's building so quick. I mean, the Boston Celtics have always been a great organization, but when he got there, they became like a championship contending type of team. And then next year they won a championship. And the same thing with Houston this year. Nobody expected the Houston Rockets to be this good this year. Number 2 in the West, I didn't at all. But that's all Ime getting these young guys to buy in. And I think if he got the Knicks job, it'll probably, with the talent they have on that roster, he can do a lot of good things with that team.
That said, though, I mean, Houston's young, up and coming. And, you know, with the, one would say, parts, pieces, wherewithal to potentially get bigger and get more championship quality players in right now. You've got The Mavs winning the lottery. Cooper Flagg's coming along with Anthony Davis. Obviously, Clay's getting long in the tooth. At some point, maybe Kyrie does come back.
Yeah.
Would you think the Knicks is a better job if you're Kidd or Udoka, Jeff?
Yeah, but when you see that Tibbs was making $11 million, I probably would say it's a better job.
Okay. All right. But, but there is also an owner that could come in and say, I'll pay you that money and you're bounced. You know what I mean? Like Tibbs was hired, given a contract extension last summer.
Yeah.
Jeff.
I mean, I'm a realist. So y'all got a guy that's a realist on the team.
Yes.
If you want to hire me for a 4-year deal for $44 million and then you want to fire me the next year, go ahead. Congratulations. Find somebody else to do the job. I'll sit back and, go to the beach a little bit or whatever it is.
Jeff, okay. All right. So now while we're talking real then, Jeff Teague, you won a championship with Giannis.
Mm-hmm.
Did you get the sense at any point in time around him that he would love to play somewhere else before the end of his career? Obviously, you won a ring there. Now he might be in ring chasing mode. Do you think there's any part of Giannis Antetokounmpo that looks around Milwaukee and says, no, I don't want to stay here my whole life?
One thing he said when I was there is that every year he wanted to compete for a championship. So I took that as far as like, hey, the Milwaukee's not in competing. They can't compete for a championship. That eventually he'll want to move on. And these last couple of years, they haven't been competing for a championship. So I'm not surprised to hear these talks. He wants to be great. He wants to be up there with the top 10 players of all time. He wants to win more MVPs. He wants to be a multiple-time champion. So these conversations not very surprising to me. He said that when I was there, like, I want to compete every year for a championship. So Milwaukee either going to have to trade somebody, get some more players in, or I can see Giannis trying to move on.
Well, but he's going to have to say something, right? Do you think that he has that in his personality to raise his hand and say, not only do I want out of here, I'm going to dictate where I'm going. Do what the super duper stars of this league have done. Will he do it?
Well, yeah, I think he would, but if Milwaukee was smart, I'll just sign TA back and everything will be okay. I'll sign TA to a 3-year deal and he'll be in Milwaukee with his brother.
It's one way to do it, right?
Yeah.
Really? Would it be that simple? Really?
I mean, Giannis and his brother are so close. They are, obviously they're brothers, but it's different, man. They're connected. And I know when I was there, TA was there and he got Giannis going. He really got the whole team going. He's just one of those great locker room kind of guys. But if you want Giannis to be around, sign his brother to a 3-year deal.
And that's the same way for any team that might be interested in acquiring him over the next month, Jeff.
It's like LeBron with Lil Bronny. sign TA, and you might get Giannis, I'm telling you.
That's the key.
Steve Ballmer hears this.
Hey, man, if I'm an NBA team, I'm done, right? I mean, do that and then say, you come here and we remake. Would you, if you were the Knicks, blow up that roster to do that for him?
Nah. I mean, it's New York. It'll be great for New York. For me, though, no. I like the Knicks team this year. I think they need to get a little, get some depth on the bench, get a couple more players that can score off the bench. I think Jalen Brunson had a lot on his shoulders trying to score and command the offense, all that. I think you get a couple more players that can score on the bench, like a Jordan Clarkson or Anthony Simons from Portland, just another 2-guard, combo guard kind of guy that can come off the bench and score big for you guys. I think y'all still have a championship team. I mean, y'all was in the Eastern Conference Finals. Y'all was right there.
All right. Last one for you, Jeff Teague, before I send you on with your birthday with your fam. What do the Lakers need to do?
Just let LeBron have his tour. They got Luka. They need a center, obviously. I mean, with Luka and LeBron, you always have a chance, but they have to get a center. They can't play small ball the whole year. If I was them, I would try to trade for Mitchell Robinson. I know the Knicks are not going to let him go, but that would be a guy I would go after. I seen him want to go after Nick Claxton. I heard some rumors about that. I like him. He's a versatile big. He can switch on the guys, and, he can play, up and down with Luka and those guys. But Mitchell Robinson is a force. Defensively, he's really good. Offensively, we know he struggles at the free throw line, but he's a live threat, and he's an offensive rebounding machine. if they could pry him away from the Knicks somehow, that'll be great.
Okay. I don't know how the Knicks would who would they get back? You know what I mean? Like would Dalton Connect or Austin Reeves? I don't know. Would that work for the Knicks? I mean,
I don't think they would give up Austin Reeves, but Dalton Connect maybe a pick. I don't know. But New York's gonna have to pay him eventually.
Mm-hmm.
And they got the books are pretty heavy over there in New York.
Okay.
So,
well, the one thing that it looks like the Lakers have acquired already is a Greek guy named Ozempic. I don't know if you saw. What do you think?
Hey, man.
What do you think?
He been hit. He been running the stairs and the hills, man, out there in Sylvania, man.
I mean, he looks like he's heard all this conversation about his body and his work, his workout ethic. Like looks like he's heard it. Don't you think?
Yeah, MVP Luka on the way.
Okay. All right. Is that your prediction, Jeff?
I got Luka winning MVP next year.
Okay. Oh, okay. Jeff, I appreciate the time. Congrats on everything going on with you. And I would love to have you on as much as you're willing. Certainly, if you're ever out here in LA, Jeff, I'd love to have you here.
For sure, this was fun, man. We gotta talk a little wrestling next time, man.
Well,
my boy R-Truth and cut the dreads off.
Yeah, how about that, Jeff? Jeff, I have a place where we could do that. You understand? And O'Shea and I, we have a place where we could talk.
I know. I watched the pod, bro.
See, so anytime you want to come on, we'll make this happen.
Let's Zoom with Jeff Teague next week. What are you doing?
Jeff Teague is down.
Wow, we're booking right here.
I'm down.
We're booking. You're free next week, Jeff?
Let's book it, man. I love to talk wrestling. I love talking ball, man.
Because Jeff, I felt a certain way when the locks got cut last night. I was my hurt was hurting last night.
I can understand, man.
Plus the fact that
this is a serious promo right here.
Plus the fact he could have made himself a couple $100 with those locks because people will buy them joints. So I hope he didn't toss them in the trash.
For real?
Oh yeah. Yeah, the lady who does my hair tells me all the time if I cut him, let her know. She'll get them sold. So
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and you could come on and talk hoops with him too, because this is the moment on No Contest Wrestling when O'Shea learned that Luka was coming to his beloved Lakers. There he is on the left. That was his reaction.
Right.
Yeah, he thought it was fake. I remember watching that.
He thought it was fake, and TJ, that's the look of a Clipper fan on the right, realizing that Luka's coming to the Lakers.
I was like, how do they keep getting away with this?
So you could talk hoops and wrestling, and I appreciate you coming on here, and certainly since I know stuff's going on in your birthday world, I appreciate you scrambling to sit down today, Jeff. Thank you.
No problem, man. I'd love to come back on again. Maybe we can talk after Game 4.
Yes, let's do it. We'll have you on. We'll reach out. Thank you. Done, as they say, Jeff. Thank you.
I sense some synergy here. I like this.
I do like it as well.
Yes.
Let's go.
Check out Jeff Teague's podcast, Club 520 podcast. It is awesome. Happy birthday to you, sir.
Birthday,
Thanks
brother.
for coming on.
Appreciate it.
That's
right.
Jeff Teague right here on The Rich Eisen Show. Catch The Rich Eisen Show live weekdays from 12 to 3 p.m. Eastern on Roku Sports Channel in the U.S.